Welcome for the second part. We're going to do multiple product break-even. So we have more than one product, because the ones we had before, we just only had one product. But it's done basically the same way. The difference is you have to calculate the weighted contribution margin. And we're going to actually do this one of two ways. The first one is I think it's straightforward. But the sales price, we have three products A, B, and C. And the sales price are 15, 22, and 45 respectively, and variable cost is 11, 14, and 33. Remember, to get the contribution margin, you simply take the $15 and subtract off the variable costs, and that will give you $4. And then you just copy that down, and so you have 4, 8, and 12 your contribution margin. The sales mix here will be given to you in some format. Okay, this is 532. So to get the weighted contribution margin, then you take the contribution margin times the sales mix of 5, and that gives you $20. And then you just do that for each of them. And then this one is the total, which will give you a total of $68 per unit. Okay, our fixed cost was $544,000. That would be given. So here, remember to do this, you take the $544,000 divided by the contribution margin of $68. Okay, so if we did this with using the Excel functions, it's 544 divided by 68, and you come up with an even 8,000 units. Okay, then what you'll do is you'll take the 8,000 units times the 5 sales mix, and on this one you take the 8,000 units times the 3 for the sales mix, and on this one you have the 8,000 times the 2. Okay, that tells you how many units you have each of the products you have to sell. So you would have 8,000 times the 5, or 40,000 units of product A, and that's how many units you'd have to sell. Now, to check this out, to verify it, you take the number of units you sold, which in this case was the 40,000, times your contribution margin of 4. And this one would be the 24,000 times the contribution margin of 8. And this one would be the 16,000, had to find it there, times the contribution margin of 12. So this should equal then the 544,000. So we'll see if it does. So we take the 40,000 times the $4, and that gives you 160,000. You do the other two the same way, and then you do a summation for it, and it equals 544,000. Okay, so that's just a check. You don't have to do that. That's just to verify it equals each other. They equal. Now the other method you do, this is the same type of scenario, okay, as we had up here, and you come up with a 4, 8, and a 12, just like you did before. The difference is the sales mix is given to you differently. Now, it can give it to you in the 532, but if you remember how to do ratios, when you see a ratio of 5 to 3 to 2, let's try that again. 5, 3, 2. Putting it, I don't know why it's doing that. But anyhow, that means there's 10 parts to it. Huh. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. But there's 10 parts to it. It's 5, 3, 2. You add up the total. It gives you 5 plus 3 is 8. Plus 2 is 10. So then you take 5/10, which would be 50%. This is 3/10, which is 30%. And the last one is 20%. And then you do the same type of thing. You take the contribution margin times the percentage at 50%, and that gives you $2. And then you copy this down and you add them up, and this gives you a weighted average of $6.80. Now it looks like it's different, but it really is. It works the same way. The difference would be here we had the 544,000. We're going to use the same fixed cost, and this time we divide it by $6.80. Okay, which is what we'll do here, equal the 544 divided by the 680 this time. So it looks like we need 80,000 units. Well, then we take the 80,000 units times the 50%, and this would take the 80,000 units times the 30%, and this will take the 80,000 units times the 20%. So if we do that again, take equal 80,000 times the 50%, and we get 40,000 units. And if you copy that down, like we did here, you notice you get the exact same numbers you did before. So it doesn't matter whether sales mix is given to you as percentages or given to you as a ratio of 5:3:2. Either way, you're going to come up with the same end results. Okay, it looks like it'll be different, but it isn't. You just sell 8,000 units here. Here you have 80,000 packages to sell. So that's the difference. You take it times the percentage, just like you did before. So you should come up with the same results either method. Okay, so I hope this helps, and I'll probably do another one in Chapter 4, unless I'm asked to do another one in Chapter 3. So thank you.